Happy weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round of the NBA playoffs. As we know, we started this journey on the first day of the playoff series, and we've been keeping it good, we've been keeping it high. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be analyzing our 4 games we had yesterday. For the first game, the 76ers swept the Brooklyn Nets without Joel Embiid yesterday. It was a 4-0 sweep. I feel everybody, that was my pick. That was my pick for the game, and that was everybody's thought and pick for the game too, sweeping them 4-0. Even with or without Joel Embiid, there was no excuse for the 76ers to lose that game. Well, to cut that out of the way, they were without Joel Embiid, and they had a huge game from Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris had 25 points, 11 rebounds. That's good for someone who's a one-star all-star. I remember when Tobias Harris was in Detroit. Was he Detroit Pistons? Yeah, that was his only all-star appearance. James Harden had 17 points, 11 assists. Then Tyrese Maxey played a good game with 16 points. Patrick Reed holding down the center position without Joel Embiid. He went for 10 points and 15 rebounds. And they also had some scoring from the bench from Melton. Melton dropped 15 points. It was a pretty bad game for the Brooklyn Nets though, as they had only one player reaching 20 points for that, which is Spencer Dinwiddie. Nico Claxton has 19 points. Bridges has 17 points. At least I don't feel it's a bad tournament for them. I feel it's a starting point for them, because I feel that franchise has been too relevant to be swept in the first series. But we all expected that. But right now, all they need to focus on is rebuilding. And you already have a player. You have an all-star caliber player you can rebuild around. So Brooklyn Nets, see you all next season. Clear the road for the big men. The big men are in. Big dogs don't bark though. So for our next game was the Suns versus the Clippers in the Crypto Center. As you all know, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker has been firing up and down in this game, but this game, it wasn't as easy as everybody thought, even without Kawhi and Paul George. Kevin Durant had 31 points, Booker had 30 points, CP3 had 19 points and 9 assists. I mean, it was a monster game if you check it out, because almost all the starting lineup of the Suns had double digits in that game, including DeAndre Ayton, who had 15 points and 13 rebounds. But who had 15 points and 13 rebounds. It was a pretty good game for the Clippers. A bad game for the rest of the team, only for Russell Westbrook, who continues to play hero ball. Russell Westbrook has been the hero in this series for the Clippers, even with Kawhi Leonard on the field. Like, he has been able to put out some displays that is worth mentioning in the playoff run, because quite good. He had 37 points yesterday, 37 massive points, and he was aggressive yesterday. He was shooting everything, layup, 3-pointers. Yeah, you know Westbrook, high energy, high octane nigga. So that's that for that. We move to the next game. My pick for the playoffs, the Bucks. Player of the Bucks yesterday had a very, very low energy game, because guess what? Play of Jimmy is here. Jimmy Bucket is here. And in the playoff, you know you can always rely on Jimmy Bucket. Jimmy Bucket dropped 25 points, even though he left that game with an injury. He and Victor Oladipo. Our prayers, my prayer, and my team's prayer is with Victor Oladipo. As you know, I'm Nigerian, and he's my Nigerian brother. So every time I have to pray for him. And Jimmy Bucket, I hope to see you very fast in the next game. Come on, guys, we need to make this a wonderful series. So Jimmy Bucket had 30 points, and he was 4 from 4 for the 3-point line. But surprise, someone played yesterday, and that person goes by the name Duncan Robinson. He was 5 from 6 from the 3-point line. He had a good game. It's been long we saw Duncan Robinson. I think this is the first time we are seeing him this hot since the last time we saw him in the bubble. But he had a good game. Kyle Lowry, 15 points. Bam Adebayo, double with 12 points and 11 rebounds. As you know, shout out to my man Victor Oladipo. He had 8 points before leaving with an ankle injury. He was helped out of the arena. But for the Bucks, it was generally a low energy game. I didn't enjoy the game at all, and it's sad coming from my pick, because I don't understand how the Miami Heat was able to neutralize Brook Lopez. Even if Brook Lopez shot only 3 from 9 from the, he only shot 3 of 9 field goals, which is low for someone who needed to shoot more high volumes. It was terrible from there. Chris Middleton had 23 points, good shooting game from him. Drew Holiday 19 points. Brook Lopez completely neutralized yesterday. He had just 6 points. 6 points. Nah, you can't do that against the Miami Heat and want to win. Nah, it's not possible. Grayson Allen had 14 points and Pat Connaughton continued his hot streak with 11 points and 2 from 3 from the 3-point line. Then moving to the last game, the game everybody's talking about. We're talking about the LA Lakers. You know LeBron had few words for Dillon Brooks. But guess what? He did his talking on the court. Because guess who won that game? The LA Lakers, and they were leading with as much as 35-9 in the first quarter. You heard me right, 35-9 in the first quarter. You do not do that at all. This is playoff. This is not regular season. Come on, you can't be losing 35-9 in the first quarter. But that's been that. Anthony Davis had a monster game. He had a Giannis-like game yesterday. 31 points, 17 rebounds. Did you hear that? 31 points, 17 rebounds. It was a monster game. LeBron James had 25 games. D'Lo finally coming up, finally showing up, had 17 points in that game. Austin Reeves, White Mamba, Hillbilly Kobe. White Mamba, Hillbilly Kobe. He had 30 points in that game. And Rui Hachimura continued his hot streak. Come on, guys. You know Rui is hot right now. Where is he from? I heard he's from Japan, or I know he's from one of all those Asian countries. But big up for my man, and good trade, good pickup for the Lakers in the trade, because he had 16 points. Ja Morant was back yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me. Ja Morant was back yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 3. Ja Morant was hot, especially in the fourth quarter. He had 45 points, 20 points in the fourth quarter to keep the Grizzlies in that game. Without Ja Morant, they would have been dealt a huge blow. So Ja Morant, Desmond Bain had 18 points. Dillon Brooks was kicked out of the game in the second quarter for a foul on LeBron James. You know, LeBron did all the talking in that game. Then Jerry Jackson Jr. also fouled out in that game. It was a terrible game for the Grizzlies, because I felt only Ja Morant played that game. Ja Morant and let's say Desmond Bain, they didn't rebound well. They didn't play defense well. So they didn't. I don't think they expected to win that game, ladies and gentlemen. So that's all we have for the games coming up that we had yesterday. For the games coming up today is Sunday the 22nd. What day it is? Sunday the 23rd of April. We'll be bringing you our live analysis and discussion for the NBA playoffs tomorrow. Do have a wonderful weekend and do have a great week ahead of you. Come on, guys, be great. Step into your greatness, people.